mind to rescue her hat, he would have done so by now. "What a sight!" she said under her breath, staring at the bickering dandies. She would have respected a man who would step forward and tell her to go to hell, that no ridiculous pink hat was worth such a fuss, but none of them would dare. If Derek Craven were here, he would have laughed at her, or made a crude gesture that would have sent her into a fit of giggles. He and she both had similar contempt for the indolent, over-perfumed, over-mannered members of the ton. Sighing, Lily switched her attention to the river, dark grey and choppy underneath the heavy sky. The Thames in springtime was unbearably cold. She lifted her face to the breeze, her eyes slitting, as if she were a cat being stroked. Her hair was temporarily straightened by the wind, and then the shining black curls sprang to their usual buoyant disorder. Absently, Lily pulled off the jewelled ribbon that had been tied around her forehead. Her gaze followed the ridges of waves as they broke against the side of the yacht.
"Mamma!"
she heard a little voice whisper. Lily shrank from the memory, but it wouldn't disappear. Suddenly, she imagined she felt downy baby arms encircle her neck, delicate hair brush against her face, a child's weight settle in her lap. The Italian sun was hot on the nape of her neck. The quack and bustle of a duck procession crossed the glassy surface of the pond. "Look, darling," Lily murmured. "Look at the ducks. They're coming to visit us." The little girl wriggled in excitement. A chubby hand lifted, and a miniature forefinger extended as the baby pointed to the parade of self-important ducks. Then she looked up at Lily with dark eyes and a grin that revealed 2 tiny teeth.
"Da!"
came the exclamation, and Lily laughed softly. "Ducks, my darling, and very handsome ones too. Where did we put the bread to feed them? Dear me, I think I'm sitting on it." Another whisk of wind came, chasing away the pleasurable image. Moisture seeped beneath her lashes, and Lily felt a painful twisting in her chest. "Oh, Nicole," she whispered. She tried to breathe away the tightness, willed it to disappear, but it refused to go. Panic built swiftly inside her. Sometimes she could numb it with liquor, or divert her mind with gambling, or gossip, or hunting, but the escape was only temporary. She wanted her child. "My baby, where are you? I'll find you. Mamma's coming. Don't cry, don't cry." The desperation was like a knife, twisting deeper every moment. She had to do something at once, or she would go mad. She startled the men nearby with a high, reckless laugh and kicked off her heeled slippers. The pink plume of her hat was still visible in the water. "My poor chapeau's nearly sunk," she cried, and threw her legs over the railing. "So much for chivalry. I see I'll have to rescue it myself." Before anyone could stop her, she leapt off the yacht. The river closed over her, a wave smoothing over the place where she had been. Some of the women screamed. Anxiously, the men scanned the rippling water. "My God!" one of them exclaimed, but the rest were too astonished to speak. Even the king, informed of the goings-on by his grooms-in-waiting, waddled forth to take a look, pressing his massive bulk against the railing. Lady Cunningham, a large, handsome woman of 54, who had become his latest mistress, joined him with an astonished exclamation. "You know, I've said it before. That woman is mad. Heaven help us all." Lily stayed under water a moment longer than was necessary. At first, the coldness was a shock, paralyzing her limbs, making her blood turn to ice. Her skirts turned heavy, pulling her down into the mysterious cold darkness. It wouldn't be difficult to let it happen, she thought numbly. Just drift downward, let the darkness overtake her. But a pang of fear impelled her hands to make a finning motion, propelling her to the dim light above. On the way up, she grasped the lump of sodden velvet that brushed her wrist. She broke the surface of the water, blinking the stinging salt from her eyes, licking it from her lips. Needles of